25-16, Eric Tepan with Michelle Gumabaw. And we need this set definitely for morale and confidence of Philippines.
Great way to start the second set with a point. Gia Morado seeing first action here in the second set. We didn't see her start the first set. Majoy Baron is also up. Aya Laure also starting. I want to correct myself. Not the older sister, but Aya is the one right now. First six here in the second set. So a couple of changes for Coach Shaq and the team. Eric will see how this will fare.
Valdez attacking, soft hit. And a point for Kanthong. Marika Kanthong with the first point of Thailand in set number 2.
Really smart hitting from Malika Kanthong. You see the difference, Eric, of the offense of Team Philippines and Team Thailand. Thailand, hindi talaga sila puro power na dumidiretso sa floor. They see the angles. They're trying to go for the areas na wala talagang depensa, and dun na nahihirapan ang Team Philippines is to cover the whole court because they're way above the block of Team Philippines.
Ang laking advantage, Michelle. No? They can see the floor. They can pick their spots. They know where to put the ball. Kaya nga sinasabi mo, hindi kailangan lakasan because Philippines will have to cover, and they make the players, yung defensive players of the Philippines, run around with their strategic placing ng bola.
That adjustment mid-air, you see them change the speed of their hit, the speed of their swing, and that's what you want to see from high-caliber players. And right now, Eliza Valdez also giving them a good hit from the opposite side of the court right now, and all the way that cut shot dropping in the front line of the defense of Thailand.
Very nice angle for Eliza Valdez. We were just talking about angles, and Valdez shows us hindi lang Thailand na gumagawa niyan, Michelle. But again, these errors, we were +2 in errors in the first set. So hindi nagkakalayo, no? But we have to really trim it down. We were down by 12 in the first set. So things could have changed. The momentum could have changed if we were able to keep some of the points for ourselves as Pimpichaya Kokram serves Thailand up by 1. Another block. One of the dominant things para sa Thailand, aside from their floor defense, is their defense at the net, Michelle.
And that really did them a huge number. A lot of spikes and also blocks for Team Thailand in that first set. Ang laki rin ng difference natin with blocking. They had 6 blocks and around 2 blocks for Team Philippines in the first set, if I'm not mistaken. So they really put up a huge number, not only in their offense, but also in their defense at the net.
Tala, a free point from Pimpichaya Kokram off their service error. 1-point game, 3 serving 4, set number 2. Philippines down a set against the defending champions. And off speed para kay Kokram. A whistle blows there. The second referee.
There is a challenge on the call by the Philippines.
There's a footfall challenge by assistant coach Kung Fu Reyes.
So Team Philippines is challenging that attempt of Pimpichaya from the back row, saying that her foot stepped on the line upon her ascent to that ball. And while they're looking over that, we also have a couple of changes on Team Thailand. Wacharia Nguyen Jam is now in the starting lineup, subbing in as a middle blocker. So we've been talking a while ago, Eric, na hindi masyadong nagpapalit si Coach Danay, but now we see a couple of one player already changing in his starting lineup here in the second set.
In the last game against Indonesia, he did not touch his starting lineup. May mga subs lang siya in-game, but the starting lineup was the same. Here's the video challenge. It's not obviously in high definition, but it does seem like the tip of the white shoe touches the line.
And it's a successful challenge for Team Philippines. 1 point.
Was successful.
Great eye there by our coaching staff, head by Coach Shaq de los Santos. These points really matter, especially now that we're 1 set down. We started the first set, Eric, at 4-4, and dito lumamang ang Team Thailand 8-4 because of errors. So now it's a whole different set. We'll see how Team Philippines will adjust.
Good serve by Baron. Combination play. That was blocked successfully at the net.
Mylene Paat being subbed at the latter part of the first set is now back. And ang ganda ng kanyang palo dun sa first set na yun, Eric. Di natin makakalimutan yun. And now she answers back with one block.
Philippines takes the lead. 2 straight points. We're up 5-4. At babawi ang Thailand right away. And they tie the game at 5. Malika Cantong serving. Over receive here. What a one-handed save by Kat Arado.
Great defense by Team Philippines, setting that up to Ea Laure, but she touches the antenna on that attempt, trying to go down the line, Eric, but that set was already pushing towards the antenna. You have no other option than to cut shot or go cross court, because that will happen if you try to push it down the line.
Maraño stops that 2-point run of Thailand and ties the game at 6.
We did not see that much of her running attacks in the first set, but now that Team Philippines is really stepping up their game and receive and defense, you have Abby Maraño running and scoring for you and for your team.
And you want to get somebody like Abby Maraño
fired up, yeah.
Because she is one of the emotional leaders of this team, and she wears her heart on her sleeve as there's an attack that goes outside for Thailand. Philippines once again on top by 1.
Leading here in the second set is a big morale booster for Team Philippines. Having the crowd behind you will also contribute hugely to your factor and to how the team is playing right now in the court. But third service error for Team Philippines in this second set alone. Now that Thailand, Eric, is scoring a few more errors than us, huwag na natin pantayan talaga dapat.
As a player, how do you focus and try to trim down these errors? Alam natin, we were +2. We had more errors than Thailand in the first set. How do we cut that down here in set number 2?
Aside from mindset, it's all in the mind, especially when you're in that service line. But your training really comes into play. You have to practice not making errors in training so you can do it in the game.
Another attack error gives Thailand the lead by 1. 8-7 here in the first technical timeout, set number 2. Tries to bounce back here in set number 2 against powerhouse and defending champions Thailand. 8 serving 7. Thailand 1-0, winning the first set 25-16. 1-2 play. Gia Morado ties the game at 8.
We've seen Gia Morado in her first game. In that first game, she had 2 points and she only managed to play in the 4th and 5th set. So as a setter, Eric, you need the whole team to try and score a point. And you have Gia Morado, who's also an attack or an offense-oriented setter. Malaking bagay yan for Team Philippines, tying now 8-8.
Kokram attacks from the back row. What an effort for Kat Arado as she goes over the barrier. And she's make that Dawn Macandini goes over the barrier and she's okay. And a round of applause from the crowd for the effort she put out there.
That was a relatively tall barrier there, Eric. I don't know how she managed to get over that with the momentum of her run. And
goes to show you the athleticism of Dawn Macandili.
She's okay, she's up, and she's back on the court.
Oh, I'm sure she's had worse falls throughout her career.
We've seen a lot of dolphin dives from Dawn Macandili. That's not something new.
That's nothing. Maraño, 9-all. Abby Maraño.
Smart play there from Abby Maraño.
She's really helping out the Philippine cause here in set number 2.
Outsmarting the block and the defense of Thailand. You will not see a lot of that from any opponent that Thailand has gone up against, namely Indonesia, now who manages to get through the block and also the defense outsmarting and really just that tip shot na nakukuha minsan ng depensa ng Thailand. Now they're wavering against Team Philippines.
An attack error there on the cut shot by Thailand as Philippines takes the lead 10-9. You notice the Philippines, they have a lot more effort. Energy is much higher here in set number 2.
Well, being an athlete who also plays, like, if you play in a high-pressure situation, you know how important the crowd is. You know how much they affect your energy inside the court whenever you're playing. So being a host team here in the Seagames will really do so much for our athletes, because you have not only your family but your fans and supporters, and knowing how big volleyball is here, kita naman natin punong-puno ang field sports. So malaking bagay talaga yung cheer ng crowd and the support of your country really right behind you.
And that forces a timeout from Coach Danay Sriwacha Ramethakul. Look at the handiwork of Abby Maraño. At least 3 points for her in set number 2. She's been very active offensively.
After that, we've seen a service ace from Abby Maraño. We need more from the service line from everyone from Team Philippines, because it will really, like, it's a much better opportunity for us to score a point. Mas mapapadali talaga yung trabaho on the court.
Biggest lead for the Philippines in the whole match. What a dig there for Maraño. Kokram sends it over. Valdez attacks. Kokram again with a nice save. Here's a back row attack. Morado. Majoy Baron fires one in, and the lead is now 3 for the Philippines.
Gia Morado activating her middle blockers right now here in the second set. Not only have we seen Abby Maraño on the run, but now also Majoy Baron with that huge hit down the line, Eric. So we see now a lot of combination plays for Gia Morado and the whole Team Philippines. And
you love how the Ateneo LaSalle connection is working for the Philippines here, as Pimpichaya Kokram stops that run by the Philippines. And you can easily tell when they're in a pinch, Thailand goes to Pimpichaya Kokram.
And now they're making her go around with a combination play that we've been talking since the first set. Na we haven't seen that much combination plays for Thailand. So now that they're doing it, now that they're having kind of a hard time against Team Philippines in the second set, we're now up by 3, Eric. We see them going to their elevated plays, like a combination na sila, Pimpichaya going for that attack in the middle.
So opening up the playbook a little more is Thailand after Majoy Baron scores there, and service error for the Philippines. The lead is 2. Our biggest lead was 3 points. And we lost the first set by 9, 25-16. So this is not a must win, but we've got to bounce back at least in set number 2 to gain some momentum going to the third set. Morado sets it up. What a block again. I mean, it's really so tough, especially if Thailand reads the offense quickly. They're there to cover at the net immediately.
Pimpichaya not only a force to reckon with as an attacker, but also when she's putting up her hands to block, it's tough to go through her hands. We've talked about her length and her vertical reach. So Team Philippines, especially those in the outside position, we have Ea Laure, Eliza Valdez, and we've seen Ces Molina in the first set. They really have to outsmart the block on Thailand, especially and particularly in that area of the court.
Let's see what this timeout does. Kind of magic. Coach Shakto Los Santos works with the girls here. Their lead is at 1. Philippines looking for their first win in the tournament. Meanwhile, Thailand looking to go up 2-0 and join Vietnam at the top of this 4-team lineup. Malaysia, Singapore withdrew from the tournament, leaving us with only 4 teams, so no brackets whatsoever. Morado. Oh, Mylene Bad. And again, back-to-back good reads defensively by Thailand, and they deliver a solid block at the net.
Great blocking back-to-back for them. You see how composed they are, even in the midst of a 3-point deficit that is now gone, with the score tied at 13. Eric, nakita natin that with just one timeout, their coach is able also to relay the message clearly to them. And you see how they change, and you see how they react, and they change up their play for the better. And now they're 1 point up, 14-13.
Is Boonlert getting ready to serve for Thailand. 14-13, set number 2. Valdez. Pinabawi at nakabawi. After that attack error earlier, the game is tied at 14.
Smart hit there, Eliza Valdez, again coming from the opposite side. She went for that cut shot earlier ago. And you see Pimpichaya going to that position, but now Eliza sees it and adjusts and goes to the middle where no defense of Thailand is there.
Good serve from Valdez. Down the line attack for Cantong. But Philippines, they allowed it with a point. Puts the Philippines up by 1.
Great hit there by A. Laure. You rarely see that going through the block of Pimpichaya and Wacharia, but that clean kill from A. Laure just pumps up the whole team of Philippines and the crowd as well.
Chance to take us to the second technical timeout here. What a combination play for Thailand. At least 2 more players posed to attack after that setup by Tongkom.
We've seen Pimpichaya go around, and now Malika Cantong is also going around to the middle. Your Team Philippines really putting pressure on the offense right now of Thailand to step up and score more points. Now they're resulting to combination plays.
Oh, but Baat fires back and puts the Philippines up by 1 and sends us to our second technical timeout.
The score is 16-15. The Philippines in the lead.
Fire up the crowd and help the Philippines with their cause here in set number 2. 16-15. 1 point lead for the Philippines. They did lose the first set 25-16 against Thailand.
Reaching the second technical timeout first, Eric, is a huge feat for Team Philippines, and it's really a big step up from their performance in the first set.
That's going to be 4 touches against the Philippines.
Great effort there for the defense. Morado to Valdez, and we've seen the effort of the defense talaga of Team Philippines. No balls going down. We see the players, the libero a while ago, going over the fences of our Phil Sports Arena, but doesn't really stop them from putting up the effort.
Morado. There's Maraño again. Maraño has been the go-to player. As Des Cheng right there on your screens, cheering the Philippines on.
Good connection between Gian Morado and Maraño today. Maraño scoring 5 points in that last game versus Vietnam, Eric, in 5 sets. So it's good to see her almost, if not tying that output in today's game. And second set pa lang tayo, so you really see how fired up she is right now.
Apiñapong, Wilavan Apiñapong ties the game, gets an attack through the block of Maraño and Morado.
Again, Wilavan not using so much power, but getting through that block cross court.
Philippines getting some breaks to the game here in set number 2. We're going to have to check it at the end of the second set, but there seems to be a lot more errors for Thailand here compared to the first set. Philippines back up by 1, 18 serving 17. Against a 3-lady block. Point there for Thailand.
Nutsara now trying to spread out and diversify the offense of Thailand. A while ago in the first set, we've seen Pimpichaya really going for the balls, but now you see a lot more of the Thailand offense working and activating in the second set.
Block against Maraño, block against Valdez. Back-to-back denials for the Philippines. Laure from the back row. There's a shot from Apiñapong that catches the line, and Thailand is up by 1.
No matter what the score,
Timeout.
Wilavan really is so composed in the midst of pressure and being tied in that neck and neck rally versus Team Philippines, and you see her really just going to that cross court. She sees how she scores a point, and her accuracy with her hits is what's really commendable right now in her performance.
Coach Jack De Los Santos, perfect timeout, as this is going to be a huge moment for the Philippines. The big question is, can they turn it around in this final stretch of the second set? Must-win game for the Philippines if we are to target a gold medal game in the volleyball tournament. Valdez. Joust at the net, won by Apiñapong. And a point here for Thailand as they go up by 2. Paat checking if Morado is okay.
A bit of a collision there between Morado and Paat.
For the Philippines.
Joust between Morado and Villavan is unsuccessful, and she tried to get that ball up, but no second ball following there for Team Philippines.
And Aiza Pontillas checking in for the first time in the match.
Coach Shaq wanting a three-man lineup on the front line, so you have Aiza Pontillas now to add some height and offense in the front line for the Philippines.
This is Pontillas' first game. She did not play in the first match of the Philippines against Vietnam. Apiñapong, that's a power hit right there.
A while ago, it was also Gonzaga who played in the first set, subbing in for De Maculangan and also Paat. But now, Coach Shaq trying out a different strategy, and Aiza Pontillas, that UST connection with Rhea De Maculangan.
Meantime, Maraño again comes to the rescue and trims that 3-point deficit down to 2.
We were talking about this a while ago. You just want to go within like a 2-3 point deficit with Thailand. Anything is possible once you reach 20 with a team such as Thailand. So the Philippines really just has to step up, focus on their services, Eric, and also their defense.
Baron is rejected, but it goes outside. So back-to-back points for the Philippines. And we are now within 1.
Our middle spikers such as Baron and Maraño have been the forefront of our offense here in the second set. Great trust and connection there between our setters Gia Morado and also De Maculangan. Here in the second set, they keep going to the middles, and so far hindi pa nababasa ng blockers ng Thailand, which is good for us and good for the offense.
A threatening run by the Philippines forces Thailand to call a timeout here. Big opportunity for us to snatch this second set away from Thailand after a very dominant first set win by the Thais, 25-16.
If you're looking at FIVB rankings, Eric, Thailand is at number 14 and the Philippines is at number 117 in the FIVB rankings. So we see that this 21-20 point in the second set is a huge feat for us, and really going neck and neck with Thailand here in the second set at the Seagames 2019 is a huge opportunity for us, and so much potential with Team Philippines that you see in this matchup.
But Apiñapong scores once again, making it a 2-point lead.
Chachuon Moksri, number 19, checking in for Team Thailand as an outside hitter.
Great block at the net for Thailand. Laure from the back row gets it through. I mean, that was a block by Thailand. Now a 3-point lead.
Tichakorn Bunlert with that huge block. Block on the outside. De Maculangan goes to the opposite. Another block and goes to the back row. You see the blocking of Thailand, but what that was working for them in the first set, bumabalik na ngayon sa second set kung kailan na kailangan talaga nila.
Malamig pa si Chachuon Moksri.
Substitutions for the Philippines.
She sends that outside, a big break for the Philippines. And we need every single one we can get. Down by 2 now, 23-21. Mylene Pa checking back in.
So we have a four-man lineup on the front line, as Gia Murado also now is up on the service line.
A great attack there. And again, Thailand goes to her every single time they need a point. Pimpichaya Kokram delivers. Huge blow.
She sees that late blocker. Majoy Baron wasn't able to get there quickly and reach the set of Nutsara. That fast set to the opposite side to Pimpichaya is enough to get Thailand up to match point.
Luke Jang checking back into the game. 3 match points to make that set points for Thailand, 24-21. Paat saves one.
Mylene Paat, Eric, going over the block of Pimpichaya in that attempt. Going over and scoring a point for Team Philippines on the opposite side of the court. You see that passion in the eyes, that fire as she pumps up the whole arena.
2 more set points to save for the Philippines. There's a check ball, and Thailand gets set number 2.
Takes set number 2.
Now it's Chachuon who goes with a combination play from Nutsara.
2 sets to none.
Off the bench, Chachuon Moksri delivers the final blow for Thailand as they get the win in set number 2, and they go up 2 sets to nothing against the Philippines.